celebrities mailbag starts off. Now, the Athletic is behind a paywall, so this article will be linked in the description. Here in this piece on the free agent market, I can see Sam Bennett being a newer version of Marco Casper in that first line role. No, this is a natural set. Do the Marines really want to potentially pay $7.5 million in long-term deal for Bennett? No, while frankly the tackle as a career high Bennett can do. There are a few potential fits, but that profile, physical players with offense, is rare in today's team and highly coveted, so none will be easy to obtain. Those would be the slam dunk stylist and defensive line. But again, most teams are looking for that type of player, not to trade them away. It's why smaller players tend to fall in the trap, while players with good size, smarts, and better traits tend to go farther. They're hard to find elsewhere. Now, putting aside the fact that this is not necessarily new, so just kind of goes to show where both of these projecting the revenue internal perception as to where they should be when figuring about the kinds of players they want to acquire, and whether or not Sam Bennett should. And ultimately, if you want us to think about it, I think if you have Marco Casper moving down to line 2, you have Bennett shifting from the center position to living on the first line with Raymond and Larkin. If you can get the same level of offensive productivity as you have on Casper, just with more of a bright and aggressive nature, like what you're getting out of Sam Bennett, then I can see tremendous value in being able to add this kind of guy to the future at Red Wings. He has become a fan favorite. Remember, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to go out there and say that he was the most fan favorite guy out there that the Wings had, but I will say that when his departure struck the Red Wings, when he wasn't in the lineup, when he wasn't playing games, searching for help on household is not like a liberally strong and clear confidence as men, or their feeling is heavy or substance, from the help in household. Small travel material contours around the team for fit, and the team can from point A to point B and know exactly how to treat their behavior. That's why I constantly work using this line over and over. There was a noticeable level of less intense play and less aggressive play that was out there on the ice. A guy like David Perron was really able to reignite some of the sparks that were fizzling out in these hockey games. And for Sam Bennett, you could definitely say that quality can exist here, and it can be a spot where it will translate that makes quality of play. Maybe even to the same extent that David Perron was capable of doing. Now, with this in mind, I wanted to shift gears a little bit and talk about the Montreal Canadiens, because it's not only on the deep short side of things where Sam Bennett's seems to be talked about, it's also being discussed here on TVA Sports. Yesterday, McCutcheon had this post: how can teams attract Sam Bennett? Oh boy, so we are really diving into a double dipping here. The problem is as old as time for the summer recap era, but who holds the position of GM fast? How will convince a UFA agent to prefer Montreal to the city south of the border, located in the state with no income tax? If Ken Hughes wants to be aggressive as a derby for the services of Sam Bennett, he will have to be more creative and cover all the blind spots that the deals play to sign free agents in the offseason. Oh boy. We tell all the options up front of the specific language is the contract says Stitch, a principal at AFP Tax Consulting, a Rochester-based sports tax consulting firm, over the phone. You need to use tax-deferred accounts to reduce the financial impact of living in Montreal. Jeff, for example, pays no state taxes in Florida while playing for the Panthers. His tax rate is the U.S. federal marginal rate, which is 37% for a pro athlete of his skill. In Quebec, the combined federal and provincial marginal rate will be 53%. The tax experts then speak out here that you have to convince the agents, you have to make them understand what mechanisms you use to reduce the tax burden, and it's been written about in this article, processes could be. Signing bonuses, deferred payments, retirement plans. I mean, I think this article is a lot more financially motivated rather than talking about the fit per se, that makes us out with the remedies. But ultimately, I think some of the same principles of experiments with Detroit applies to Montreal. The fact is, this team is decently smaller, some size, there's some like Anderson, the back guys, stuff. What kind of an impact those guys had in this team that's going to be the Stanley Cup playoffs. And by the way, I'm not suggesting that Sam Bennett had failed on Montreal, he would have been able to see twice and handily. I don't think it works like that. It's just interesting to note that for Montreal's sake, Bennett would add a really nice level of scoring on top of that physical edge. Everybody likes to complain about our Jack guy, that guy, he doesn't bring anything to the game outside of his physicality and all that. And I would disagree with that. I think it's fair to say that that guy kind of stinks when you compare his offensive capabilities to that of Zane Hudson. They're not the same player after all. But at the same time, when you think about Jack Guy, the presence that he brings is really still noticeable. And the team steps up and plays a lot better too with Jack Guy in the line. And I'm saying that from a physical point of view. He's a high Demi dog, kind of poking a little bit at Tom Wilson and doing all that because he knows that that's the energy that has that point in the series. So Sam Bennett would be in a spot to significantly improve the Canadiens' physical flair whilst being able to produce points too. But if you have the contract dollar amount up there, 7.5 for example, that's what the Red reporter went out there and insinuated. Maybe for Montreal's sake, there are taxable payments and all that sort of stuff that make it a little bit more attractive. There's going to have to be a little bit more in order to convince a top free agent to sign with Montreal at this stage. But with that in mind, I'm just going to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Sam Bennett of the Florida Panthers? His attitude qualities, his dirty hits, his point production, and his potential $7.5 million AAV contract next season. What are your thoughts on the way both of these two writers are talking about him? And do you think he would be a lethal addition to either? So,
What is going on, guys? Scott, we are back. So we're at the Crystal Sage bonfire right now, and we're going to take this path on out. Now there's going to be two crystal. What is happening, YouTube? Scott, we're here. Now that our initial run of Dark Souls 3 is finished, it is time to start the actual walkthrough of the game. So in this series, we're going to be going through how to beat every boss in the game, as well as showing you guys what all the key items that you can pick up are along the way. This series will obviously be filled with spoilers. I just want to put that out there right now. So just so you guys know, if you're watching, things will be spoiled because this is going to start with the walkthrough and it's not a best play. One of the other things I do also count is because we're playing next starts in August and this patch has not hit yet. We are regularly using 1.00 instead of 1.01. This actually has enemy health and damage very slightly. We'll have to just switch with that. So I think limiting ourselves on bigger will help to also regulate first. Let's get started.
I think NHL will be a massive boost to this fucking team.
I don't think I would ever be kind of so, our pretty character to say some time on things. Now we're going to go like with a lawyer. It's always just starting out. I would suggest that a lawyer type spiritual understand how to play the business. Lawyer actions have bigger exportable defense as well. Nice bigger as well. Still 11. So you're a little bit more like talents. The biggest thing is the 90 a little bit. Our strength attacks are closer to average, whereas the warrior, we have those things a lot of sets. This is going to be strength build. In general, I think that, especially for someone just coming against this Souls franchise, that strength builds are the better way to go. And on top of that, having that extra bit of bigger endurance is always helpful when starting out. As for the brutal gift here, there's a couple different things to consider. How did he go into the Song of the Soul? You got the soul right off the start. That's going to help us out the level quite a bit getting things started off. As for the appearance, I mentioned that we've already I think it is cheese, right? Try to make anyway, let's get started.
This is really good player. I really don't hope we can extend them. He's a really good Swiss player too, so hope a great cool with Shane Pinto in your first 4-man power play unit. Arthur Kelly will be here too.
So, this very first episode, we're going to be going through the whole cemetery of Ash area, the first boss, and then in addition, the fireman drive. Now, as for items items to take note here, there's a couple of members to pick up a little bit later. On that, that's this class, and then because you get an NPC, when we make our way up towards fireman's truck. So, we're going to swing over here to the left, figure things out. The enemies aren't worth much for the souls, we're going to kill them all anyway. It's always good to kill everything, and if you're new, these little orange areas on the ground, such as this, you need like your tips, those different things to follow to the game. So, especially if you're first time playing, so you can get into those in bars, everything is skeletons. So, this is mostly set outfits for back in the civil production one. And that blue bar basically dictates how many times you spell and did take the process of the weapon. So next to weapon art, looking at the weapon here, you can see we have a skill listed with the axe war private of spirit war private temporarily choose to match. So if we were to select our weapon, then if we can up the trigger, we would get that boost. So back here we have the depending on the build, Darwin can be a little tricky. Melee moves do very well against them. Something like a Pyromancer, for example, you don't really have the attack damage outright. I mean, at least I felt like I was having trouble when I was playing against my Pyromancer. Whereas, as you can see, the warrior with this attack absolutely shredded him getting the lightning scale. Lightning scale is used later in the game there for upgrading your boss weapons. The multiple things, as you can see. We got 20 connections I'm still going right now. That's going to help us very much so as we make our way into the fireman's shrine and upgrade for the first time. Now we're going to right here. We'll go on up to the bonfire. Up below the height, grab this area. There's a fire bomb. Here it is first. This height kind of grab it. Well, let's see it. There's that bonfire. The more victims didn't kill advances on them. And right now, this came back as a good $99, which is a little bit described, just escaped the prison. So there's big problems here for it, sort of time. Don't really keep the rest, but we will anyway. Just to top off our house and do out this one and before there. On top of that, you know, Samson got the rest. So right here, it's going to jump down. Jump right at the very edge of the zone. And that's nice and done.
Wow, he's doing very well though.
This is one that's very important start to. It may look like it's not going to go on every now and then, but all you really have to do is as you're falling down, just make sure you are hitting right bumper or R1 and make sure you can stand what you'll do. You kind of see it. It's like a very last second, right before you look at the passing, you will end up slipping. Now, granted, you get block, you hit forward right bumper. That's it. It doesn't start when it gets to the top stage, which you can then follow up. Big definitely been my that first stage where I completely forgot about the game. And needless to say, it helped immensely if I had that. And the kicking is very, very high. Alright, so now we are on the flip ball. The top off, I help tilt that. So it's been there. This week, so kind of step right from the start. At the same time, the slow, slowly and start with damage. So what we're going to do here is move off our axe, move the sword, and put that on down. Okay. There's a very important message there. This ball's kind of rather large, so you can attacks. When you get in close, you can do a good bit of damage on you. Check back to do this all right there. Now, when you get to 50%, there is a speed change. Where you get this, that's going to hit back, so it'll come out and stick. So you keep that in mind. The best thing to do is once you get them there, take advantage of that, get in big damage. It's doing it any second now. You're going to see this. Slightly going to get down. This is not something up as you can see. There's a bit of a hole with this little window right there. While I get this kind of comes out of this bag, we had roughly 5-6 seconds to be such a whale spin. Just watching on the top of it. And right there, that allows you to take it out and forward you can actually with really even follow up with that business. So the dog can't do a bit of damage from that stage. If you take it out properly, right there, there's just happen, which is, on top of that, you don't have to worry about fight. So you may never see pop up on the screen. You also have an Ember effect. Now, the Ember effect is the equivalent of management from Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. It gives us a 20% health boost, and in addition to that, with our Ember, it's much easier to see other people that we can summon. So right here, we did a shield rate, as you can see, I lined this up for the easy to buff. That's going to be very helpful against enemies that have spears. In general, anytime you see an enemy with a spear, you should going to have a shield as well. So being able to 46 people follow us will allow to take damage and basically have to take it out once you have balls. So that would be the truth. Fire up here. Couple things, no sense to get more for the tongues. Let's take that out first. Go around this way. Well, there's the actual time before we get to step. We're going to curve around. Yeah, that's this. Here we go. We're going to go not all the way up there, but instead we're going to curve around to the right here first. Got our Ember. Now, Ember is going to be a stick. I'll go right around now. There's no schedule. So I don't have the Ember on it. I can pop out. And during that time, the Ember will give you your health. Yeah. So it's good. There's the dog. Back up. Now, if you're going to get the time to cycle, you are going to run it real fast because we like the bonfires. And we're also spend all the sword just on the kill now. So, he's the thing, it's going to be a little bit faster. Actually, you can move a little. Put that one on. Anyone that's wrong, just click on. because of that we killed, and now on the enemy. The first bonfire, where we're able to actually spend the implementation. We have souls. So, there's one more build master, another foreign jets, and environment design. I figure one of those now, put that there now, and not have to worry about it. One person for the future of the places. Now, if you're playing this unregulated, one planes to a block and it comes out, I wouldn't suggest going as a line. Like I said, because it's are a little bit weaker on 1.00, without nothing fast spot. We're going up to 40, 20%. That's now that we get rest of the bonfire, we're going to up here, 6 pounds. Now, this enemy can be, now we did manage to see some, that's fantastic. So, he just fell off, but he should have dropped a huge power. So, what we're going to do, like that is, we're going to go back to the bonfire. Then goes here. Challenge of the day, fires. Alright, now when you rest and have a bonfire, this will always reset the state on the board. So basic enemies that you kill will evaporate from spawn. Certain enemies will not spawn, so that you don't respawn at all. So as you guys said, but by resting, it will reset the position and should be able to pick up our weapon. As we can see, even though we're not off the cliff, there it is flying right there for the sword. Now, it's not beside that block there. So we have these long points to the honey fish act there. Very good right now. You're going to be 20,000 flows to access that area. Back there, you get inspired to control with support for point endings. Also, if you want to hear the dark side, so we can go into those a little bit later. But entering part of the side, here it's not over to the right. We're going to go out here. Here is giants. Anytime that PvP happens, the ceiling giant can spawn this force enemies and removes attack phase. Back here, you have another soul you get. And if it is the case, that as you can see, it's locked inside because looking down souls to be identified. With all this set is for this, you'll go once up this area. From there, you kind of shoot it up there, get access right here. Take down that ladder, take down the ladder up there, and we go to the GK, drop items to the GK, out the thing, you can play the inside or other upgrade material. Right there, what's on that thing, I think I want to say it's a homework done on there. You can also go through other towers, if you want to really go through. There's back over there, and we get those fire control and the fire step. Since we did pick up an item with those areas, you can see 11, 16, 6 decks left altogether. But now I'm going to go briefly into a rundown on fire design. So, this is the portion of bonfire. Right here, you have the fire skirt. You're going to be leveling up the river. So you're actually rather important to the lore of the game as well. Here we go. This list, we have our basic version right here. You'll be here for the duration of the game. You can also pick up and look at the game, and as you pick up and give it to her, they'll upgrade your stock. So go back here, we have very blacksmiths. Spinning weapon, which is an extra start of 55, and so you're testing. There's a lot of stuff here as well, so right here is where our Iron Man trainers will go. So we get in over here, we'll have the forces trainers. And we go back, all the way, and back here, the air trainer will be. And all these systems will cover as we stay through the game. they are disciplined, so you have to find them and use them, and we'll come back to find them. Right here, we will find dark sorcery, otherwise known as hexes, in addition to greater teaching the dark pyromancies. Right here, we look on the feet. You can send in an ounce of scavenge items. You have some items five.
No, it's a nice one. Yeah, it's a real deal. Beautiful grow. Work with essential nutrients to build strong, healthy roots. Miracle Grow garden soil is such secret sauce for a healthy, beautiful garden. Miracle Grow, just better way to grow.
Back in this area, we have very important story. You'll find also the ability to make this itself basically really on. It's great and when I by that, again, 5 seconds of the have the 5 results. This is relatively in college is going to be there. Now, all of the knowledge that is supposed to be right now is set better. That did the other kind of business sometimes they just point that I can feel the stand playing stuff up right now. And if that because of that city doesn't want to get us out of that. We'll get that. There's also an split up here when go up and it's died to be died third and then it becomes makes it difficult with some of the things we have all really good we can see if I can see it. You know what's up? A bit of swap is done. Swap is done. This is the biggest throne that we care about. Over there we have the throne for the last dude. But this guy right here, he's important because we're going to give him the transposing kilns, and then with that, he's going to trade him ball souls. He was leveled up. All of it. That's it. As for other things you can do in Firelink Shrine, you go up here. Really on the system that we have later on the patches, so I go on up with that patches over here, right over here. At the left side, I just did it dark stations here. Four stones over there, and I have my first study here. I have a basically right covenant and she got all under it, so we did not decide to stay. So my assumption would be to take stack corners, otherwise we're going to get attention. So anyway, at this point, the first process is down, we've gone through fire, and we're going to wrap up here. It will be a very excellent episode. It was likely to end up being 2 parts, but we're going to go through firewall blockers. In one part, we're going to get through probably about 60 minutes. In the second part, we'll go through the main discovery in addition to the boss. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming out by. If you are enjoying it so far, it's not that if you do feel so much of the music of this series, you'll be helpful to a lot of people getting into start so to speak as their first drug dose. So if you are all doing it so far, and we'll do some good next. So what is that, guys? Cal here, maybe Friday out, don't look crazy. Today, we're going to figure out how to get Solar's armor. In addition, probably a silver surgeon ring in Dark Souls 3. So right now we are at Firelink Shrine, and from here we are going to take the other path and run outside. Now, if you are terrible at trick jumps, you can get 20,000 souls and buy the power key and also accomplish this. But instead, we're going to be showing you guys a trick. So there's this trick right here. You can see kind of running against it, how it elevates us very briefly for a second. And what we need to do is take this during the elevation jump to get onto the roof. There we go. So it probably will take more than a few attempts to get up there. With that in mind, you might want to wait until later to do this, but you can get the coveted silver surface ring as early as you were able to reach Firelink. So from here, we're going to go out here on the catwalk. So of course, here we are at the protest. You can also access this tunnel roof right there, as you can see, that's where you would access it typically using power key. But with that being pointed out, the souls facilitating much of your time to gain access to it. So with that in mind, what you're going to want to do is you'll actually get an item from a Seaboard Academy called Seaboard. And it's after you would help him in the undead settlement area. He's going to give with after you have done something in the unit. Take that here. You would take it, leave, yes. And then upon leaving that, right here in the nest, it'll end up getting replaced. And it will get replaced with the armor of the sun. So that you can be glorious and sun super. As for the ring, now from here, moving from the nest, there's going to be a wall right here. There's a false wall, so the package is moving up. From there, we follow this catwalk all the way over. We'll pop down. You can see a chest right back here. And then inside that chest, we have this coveted silver surfer ring, allowing us to gain lots and lots of extra souls early on in the game. So, given the difficulty it takes to get up here, it's really up to you. If you want to get the silver circle ring at the very start to get as much benefit as possible, it could be worth it. At the same time, it might be worth waiting until you've gone through the undead settlement, just so you have the secret out, and you can pick up both the ring as well as Solar's armor at the same time. But here, my guys, that is how you get those items. So, with that being said, thanks for coming by, and we'll see you all next time.
Raise it close to life for as low as $30 per month for 24 months. Don't hope, no notice. Now we are available than ever.
Outside of that, significant items such as logo, the top of it, glove, playboard, and mask glove. There's also a shield, I can't remember what the name is specifically. There's a shield and another shield you get. Just press down there. And to get on those things, trying to as well. So with it, as I mentioned, this will likely be a harder episode. We're going to just run straight on through, show you guys all the stuff, not without enemies. I actually don't think I'll die. I mean, that's a really bold statement, so we'll see what I'm doing. Alright, so we'll run on down. Think it's set on fire. Now, if you actually want to go that way for this petrified dragon, like that, we're going to go to the right first, we're going to grab the bongo and kill one, this, get ourselves some items. Those arms are right here. They came out. No more left. Stone. From there, jump down that way. And we kill that guy. This guy can be kind of cheesy, but you can throw great weapons and as the actor, you have able to dagger on. Because I think you better think about things like the action base, very good staggering capabilities. We got the dogs. So, Alright, let's just stay right there. Great thing about the so start hitting pretty much just watching that players. Make sure it goes in. And it doesn't have to give up now, so we're going to get the bonfire before we continue on our enemies. So I'll skip one of these next. We'll spawn and see if this needs to be dead in mind. But remember, I think it's the one that's where there are friends. Yep, there he is. Oh no, look down. So that's something I'm coming at. The enemies that have potential to spawn and come in distance. You can kill them before that spawn happens. that's what happened. This is the symbols of the dissociative of the normal. If you wait until they kind of this, you can force those out of them. And this still always drops. Unfortunately, it's not exactly you get it with the axe. But this thing, you can't be someone you can enter from it and leave you off a chance to drop and take that drop as well. So right before I do that, so right down there, still have to get a still have to ball for this area. We'll talk that a bit later. Now all these bit of training, because part of this more the stories you want, I still amazing. It's just like it's just the way I say the game. You know, 3 souls are 6 souls. You know, it's only 36. And souls are souls. Everybody did. Probably single. Yeah, so up here we're going to be grabbing the stock of it. There's also going to be anything up here, waiting. There's maybe you can see it here right there. Just don't hesitate. There's just the level next to it right there. You can see it's loud, skipping, simple, and quickly. Go. And there's not good, but feel free to blow things off. So make it honest. So go drag it. Here, drop off down and get ourselves together. Now this is just the staircase has been taken. There it is, just to pull everything back together. I just don't have any clean access to the rather than be behind here. So just break it down. Grab the fire on. Now this is just if you can't actually go to sit at all, but you can press this is 6 foot in the head. This guy wants one leg, set it back down. The back is loose. Go. There you go. Well, that's not me. It's curious. So here, great guys, they're actually going to attack. Usually they wait to show up much longer. So this is where the dragon's at. Now, to make this easier, what we're going to do is sprint right through. Once you get up here, the dragon will fly in, start reaching fire, going straight through to get the door open. You can see the dragon is already towards the majority of enemies that are right here. Now, there's quite a few items here. Stick back here right now. You can stay at this spot for a while. You should stop reading fire. There's some other things we're going to take care of. In the meantime, while we wait for that, but I get totally club and play more instruments. So right here, this is the first mimic you encounter. I would suggest hitting it as hard as you can. It does drop straight into the weapon or the offense. I'll just try to do it real fast and I'll bring it to stop it. Exactly. The biggest thing is to watch what's on the screen. Biggest threat. You have to grab it back. Here's back right there. Right there, kind of knee, head back. That's what's going to try and grab you. The grab you can't start to come. So don't let it grab you. Then you drop those two. And that one. There we go. Do the button. Put it in the build. I can share it. So this is another action of the system. pretty significant moves in our game for this movie.
He's one more year left on his contract, right? Yeah, one more. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to send him next season if he wants to stay. I'm really gonna convince him to stay.
This is actually, this happened before very first bonfire. First bonfire, it's not the first, but that very that starts on fire, which is and burns on fire. That looks like so this starts to spread on fire. So now we're going to that night. Just see, run up here, get it on fire, then back later.
This is from Jars.
Like a little accident. So now that we're at like back on track, think of it as remember, they will also carry and back up. I was walking to the night. Now to exhibit Gary, Gary racing it. I'm terrible Gary. You know, like so as long as I have. Gary involves pressing left finger with right foot and his touch. So that's right with the right Gary and it'll put them into a top shape. If you're not good at figuring your other options are blocking and attacking during their window, or as I would prefer, either just rolling and getting a back step and stagger lock. I would just do there and effectively stagger that. Yeah. And you can't run out here and take a little bit of fire to well, back there we can see the plate. Now, we are going to want to get the plate going. You can't expect to die. We wait right here, just a little bit. You should stop casting fire, similar to what I was before. As you can see now is our window. So we are going to start. Alright, got to cast fire in just a second here, but we'll make it this way. Now we got the plate on. Roll down. There we go. And now we have the plate on. That way. I actually don't have it. You guys can find it for it, but it was a really solid method.
Well, Montreal wants to trade or pick, really. Makes sense, actually. Okay, I want that guy. Okay, I'm trading for that pet. Not trading my crush.
There we go. So just by being in here, you can drag and spinning down landing this area instead of on top. That's, to avoid the plane at the bottom, is to do run, jump in here, because you're going up, is successfully for this plan. Second, this plan would be the first one, if I can get one. Alright, so from here, this waves coming. Next down. So right here, here's one step. I'm going to track that over. I just lock them down for the entrance. Here's back and violent run out. Go down there. You go through this path back to the first sneaking just behind the salvage lock. We get open at something. We're going to grab that right now. Then we'll come back and we'll do these things. I don't like this. But we'll do something. So you can come up here, check to your right first. Now this one, I'm suggesting that this is some firebombs. You are going to be fighting this piece, just the bone here. One of the middle enemies right there will transform. You'll see that transformation. As soon as it gets close, that's kind of the purpose of this item. They want to be like, move this firebomb. And then the very big head you can see and now transform. I'm getting this information which is the entire game. They have very wild attacks. It's kind of hard to tell where they're actually going to hit without this because they're very much all over the place. And they're all closed to make the deal. So no matter what time you're happening this you can take them all for 2 at a time. You know, how to is the spin more just. Firebombs, big, quite easy, as you remember, fighting in charge. Now, here's the gear, go around, go around to the back. Yep, just go there, kind of walk them up in. We're going to pick up this one, full right there. You can also steer that with the machine, get this, you can go forward as well. Alright, let's do it down. Go ahead for now. Just go around. Black firebombs. Now we're done. We're going to get the path to this guy. It should be polished up a little bit. Now this is where we find him. From before that, take care of the city. Exactly the same here. We're going to go into this room. They got Arthur right here. They got this right as well. Also, as you come right on this, take that down. Better my bad custom done. Use this the back enemy healing. Now we got the kill gun. So if you're feeling confident, that type of chair. Now you can see putting an enemy into a boss, which a lot of damage. If it doesn't, it's still get the phone up so you can follow up the points if it's a kill. Now that's the regular thing and we definitely is if you guys know the top part, you got it. So we're going to go this way and grab it with something for that to take our life things ago. You don't switch the right out that's there. Really solid weapons, really not used. You don't have any battle axes, you don't have fight mechanics. Broadsword, I actually consider using for a lot of my other stuff. Now we're going to go this way real fast, close to things. We're going to go up top. Take that down. Open this chest for silver eagle type feel. Very nice. You got really hot. Now just feel it down and go back on top. There we go. Oh, don't look it. Look at this guy. Stuff here. Really not so many pieces of music. You put it in the section, you put it on. Our frequency is 6, plus 5. So having 100% is especially the scope. So really is something for your characters. It's effectively just lock out of that. Basically, like, you lock them, just stressful, just fighting for these that they talk. Grab these 3 blocks. Down. That's right here. Sort of big sword. Another piece of this for early on. This is more of a solid upgrade to the tank weapon. 10 cents, 12. Piece of weapon. Now, this room can be a little tricky depending on how you approach it. And you see what we have is you take it there with either fire. So, if you were to aim barrel to barrel and hit at the fire barrels, if you run and bounce next one. So basically, instantly kill the gun. So, a similar nature should be able to, yep, got to get down along with next to the barrels. There's one more enemy to go that way. It's going to come out and like to hit that other in the barrel. So just like on you have this one instead. We're going around. I'm going to attack this unit. She could take them out. I'll set up all of this. I'll split it into this barrel. Grab yourself, please. Now, pick up our steam. Grab our nested jars. Don't want to miss out on those. Alright. So, behind physical, as you can see, there is a lot of slipping around. Get back shots on enemies. As you saw, though, when we blocked that attack, we did take quite a bit of damage. Now, obviously, with high chance this is going to be an 80%. The initial 40% of that, your blocking can stamina goes all the way down. Your character will be close to the data on guard with a sticky there. And that one, getting comfortable with the time. So, to keep that in mind, it's definitely very difficult so that you can find yourself. So, with that, we're going to go down here. We're not going to touch this area at all. There's just less fantastic.
For summer, Walmart. Some of the low prices.
Thank you, Rick. You're worried about it. I'll basically here. As soon as you get on the elevator, you go up. It shows anything that's followed you. The way you accessing that elevator. On top of you. Just how hard to do it all the time. This is what I can show you back at the episode. So you can see now it's a full circle. We're all the way back at the start. You're right up here, and then the little heart for guy. Double click those with the dog. And you get back at the 105. So, now, the dog is little. No, the dog baby. just like Buffalo, man. Either way, though, we made it all the way through. And unlike Buffalo, the 7%, Dark Souls died, so we dropped a pile on the ground.